Welcome in, everyone, to Barely Educated, the podcast by Bears fans for Bears fans. We're just a couple of meatballs with some mics. I'm Mark, joined as always by Chris. We are here to try to have a conversation about the game that just tried to kill us all. Bears 47, Bengals 42. Chris, how are you?
I'm feeling a little meatbally, my friend. Oh my, that was quite a game. And talk about the emotions, just the range of emotions back and forth, up and down in the span of minutes. I don't know if our bodies are meant to take that, but
I'm definitely too fat for the blood pressure and the heart rate to be sustained that high for that long.
yeah, that's
No,
right.
this is why you got to work out so you can survive the Bears.
Oh gosh.
I just, that was a roller coaster. I don't even know what to say to some extent about the end of that game, other than I think my first takeaway is it is just very nice to be yet again on the winning end of a crazy finish. I think
No,
that's the biggest takeaway. And if we're doing good, bad, ugly, I'd like to start ugly and work our way to the good
okay,
stuff. But I
that
got to
sounds good.
start with the good. That once again, they win this crazy game late and don't fold like a cheap table
Mm.
at the first sign of adversity. They, well, the defense folded. The defense folded like wet paper the whole game. But the team, the offense, the quarterback, the coach, the rookies, my goodness, they didn't they didn't give up, they didn't quit.
Yeah.
They just they're just not the same old Bears at the end of games. They're still not a great team.
Hmm.
But if 25 to 24 block the kick over Vegas didn't do it for you, and 25-24 revenge against the Commanders on the game-winning field goal by Moody set up by Caleb heroics again didn't do it for you. How about 58-yard touchdown
Oh.
to the Bengals can't tackle? I mean, to Colston Loveland to win it 47-42. What a game. It's it's right there with Baltimore Buffalo for game of the year.
Mm.
It's just those are two good teams, so it should probably still get the nod. But that was crazy. If that wasn't, I mean, I don't know if it was fun. If that didn't,
It's fun now in retrospect.
oh yeah, it's gonna be a great week in retrospect. But if it wasn't something that excited you in the moment or had you just like fully invested, maybe that's how I should put it, then this isn't the sport for you because this is phenomenal, fun stuff. In some ways, it's stressful, sure. The cardiac bears are winning games that they always lose.
Yeah, yeah, yep. Even as early as or as recent as last year, there's no way they win three of the games that they've won this year, today and the Raiders game and the Washington game. They lose
Yeah,
all three of those last year.
oh yeah, Falus doesn't have them in position to win those
Right,
games.
right, right. Tactics.
Right.
Right.
The green bean casserole joke. The
Insert bees
ugly.
joke
Let's
here.
get to the details as best we can. I don't have super long on the Knights,
Okay,
but this one demanded a post
it
game.
sure did.
Not Chris didn't, and not the fans didn't. The game demanded it.
That's right.
I think the ugly could not possibly be more obvious.
Okay.
Do I even have to say
Well,
it?
I have one that I'm pretty sure you're gonna say. I have a
There's two obvious ones, I guess I
okay.
should say.
Okay. Well, I
The
was wondering.
pass defense,
Okay.
other than a couple pressures, and the back end, just freaking awful all
Okay.
day.
I wasn't
And
sure.
that includes two starters at safety.
Yes. Yes.
Brisker was terrible. He was late constantly. I would like Jaquan Brisker to shut up.
Mm,
I trash talk so much I made Justin Jefferson cry. Yeah, that's not the cool brag you think it is. Shut up and get better at coverage.
yeah.
I hate it. I can't stand the way he runs his mouth. I really can't. I know they need some agitators, but you're not good enough to try to clown Justin Jefferson through the media, buddy.
Right.
You're just not. You saw that story, right?
I did not. No.
Yeah, that's what he claimed. Anyway,
Jeez. Oh boy.
It's just
Okay.
like I need him to stop talking. Maybe shut up's too harsh, but you got to play better. And you
Well,
were terrible today, and the corners were terrible. The linebackers had issues. TJ Edwards came out. That's a little concerning
yeah,
because they've
he's the
played a
best
lot better
linebacker.
with him.
Yes, they
Well,
do.
it's probably Edmonds this year, but yeah, Edwards is really important.
Yeah.
But the corners are getting cooked all game, which we kind of expect based on who's out there to some degree. Shout out to TJ Gardner Johnson. Hope he's not hurt because he did have a nice sack. Did a great job of actually carefully sacking the quarterback, which is a stupid thing to have to do.
Yeah.
And Montez Sweat had a sack, and so did strip sack for Austin Booker. So the D line
Yes.
made a few plays, and you're like, yeah, it's not that bad a Pats D. They got 3 sacks and a stripped fumble and 2 picks. Yeah, and gave up 470 yards and 16 touchdowns and got screwed a little bit, but not that much compared to other weeks. And honestly, 3 sacks in 47 snaps where they're passing pure pass snaps.
Most of the time,
So it's just like, is that good pressure? No. But the
yeah.
back end was way worse. They were ugly. I'll say the pressure was bad. The back end was ugly.
Okay.
What's your other ugly?
Special teams.
Exactly.
like, oh my
Carry on.
goodness. Well, you got to fire Hightower, right? Like
I
tomorrow.
don't know anyone saying he should be kept, but I don't know if you do it mid-season.
Okay.
Go
So
ahead.
let's just go through what all we saw today in special teams. We start with an opening kickoff
We're gonna be
touchdown.
here a while.
Yeah, right. So you gave up the touchdown on an opening kickoff. You gave up an onside kick where it's nearly impossible with the rule changes to give up an onside kick. So those two right away get you in trouble. But then you're getting another field goal blocked with under 50 yards by
Line drive
Santos.
boy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, he's
so
so good when they use him right, but it's
yeah,
just so limiting. It's just
yep,
the rest of the league is like, let's set a record with a 68 yarder. And
yeah,
Santos is like, can you get me to like
30.
35 for this
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, and coverage has been bad all year for the Bears. It wasn't just today. Today was just the culmination of just how bad they give up a ton of yards on kickoffs. I don't know the average off the top of my head, but
It's pretty big. It seems like the other team frequently just needs like to complete like 2 passes and they got a field goal.
yeah,
They get the
yep,
ball in the 40 like all the time.
hmm
So they've been flirting with a kickoff return touchdown allowed
hmm
all season.
So I guess that means the defense only gave up 35 points, right? So that's nuts.
Yeah, solid effort.
Oh,
The good news is you're not going to play that many teams that have those dudes at receiver.
yeah, that is true. Those are two men right there. Holy moly.
The bad news is you're getting carved up by 40-year-old Joe Flacco with a bad AC joint, and Yosavas, the tight end, killed you.
Yeah,
So
he's been bad all year too,
he's been
Yosevach.
bad this year. Although a lot of people are saying that was because he stunk with the other guy, Browning, the QB.
Oh,
But I'm like,
okay.
they had Burrow a little. I don't know. Some of it feels like excuse making
Yeah.
if we're like, let's just not pretend the defense was anything but pitiful.
hmm
But you're right. The special teams touchdown is, on that unit, of course. I mean, Flacco averaged 10 per attempt, 10 yards average. Just for the quick context, Caleb had a pretty solid game, a really nice second half. We'll get to him. He averaged 8.2. I mean, these guys were just flinging it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, special teams really bad. Also, Torrey Taylor with a really awesome punt. That's like the only special teams positive. 71 yards.
That's a good punt.
He had a great one last week that got called back.
Mm.
So maybe he's finally coming around. That's pretty hard to ever justify the stupidity of
Fourth
picking a
round pick.
punter in the
Yep.
fourth round, but
Yep.
him being better would help.
Yeah.
Do you have anything in the bad category? I put
Oh,
the D line in there.
yeah.
I've got one other one, I think.
I think
Go ahead.
pass blocking seemed to have taken a step back today, or maybe that was just the left tackle.
So
Um,
yes, exactly the one I was going to pick,
okay.
but just Theo.
Just
The
yeah.
the 3 new additions, so the 2 guards and the center. So Tooney, Dahlman, and why am I drawing a blank on his
Jackson.
name? That's Jackson. Thank you, Jonah Jackson. Zero pressures allowed.
Beautiful.
And that's why I joked in the group chat. So did Theo have like 15 pressures allowed? Like, what's going on there? I
Yeah.
think you could also say bad is Caleb in the pocket in the first half, which is
Yes,
probably related on some level to Theo's day. But Theo's getting by guys that aren't world beaters, and so that's concerning.
it is.
Again, he looks to me like he's just so much better in the run game. And it's like, but Ben said the left tackle's first job is to pass pro. And I gotta say, guys, I'm not seeing it in the pass pro.
Right,
It's
right.
not good enough. He looks like a guard to me, and he plays like a guard being asked to play tackle.
Yeah. Yeah, left
I'm
tack.
not going to give him an ugly. He wasn't that to that level, but he wasn't good, and he is playing poorly. So that's a bad to me.
Yeah, and this is nothing revelatory, but right-handed quarterback, you need a stud left tackle for passing situations. And yeah, he is not it. At least not yet, or not consistently.
Okay, so there's
Put him in
probably
a
some other
speedo.
bads that you can find in there. Maybe as we chat, we'll circle back to a few. Is these post games are always like off the cuff. It's not like we've
Hmm.
got a ton of notes or something. We want to live react to it as much as anything, which is why we do upon further review or after further review or whatever I call it.
After, yeah.
Yeah,
How about
after.
how about for tell me if this qualifies as bad. Roma Dunze,
I was debating what to do with him. You're right. I forgot about him. Yeah, bad,
three targets, no catches,
bad. Two drops.
two drops. Normally you get
One
one,
not
but
hard at all, one a little behind him, but make a play, guy. Uh,
yeah.
he's on just as much a roller coaster as Caleb, honestly.
Mm.
It just gets half the attention.
Yeah, should drop the. It
And I
wasn't a.
love Rome. I
I
hate
know, me
saying
too,
this.
me too. But yeah, he dropped a would-be touchdown. It wasn't the greatest pass from Caleb. Um, yeah, and I got to talk about him too. He's somewhere between good and bad. I think Caleb today. Um, Sometimes he's still holding the ball too long. Like a buddy from high school, messaged me, or I think he put it on my Facebook that why does Caleb have crazy glue or super glue on his hands holding that ball so long? And sometimes he
He's trying
is.
a
You're
big
like,
game hunt.
throw the ball. Yeah. But
It's
then,
not even that. I think the broadcast was frustrating on this some levels, but he was right. Archuleta kept harping on step up and run, and there
yes.
were tons of. He finally did it in the second half.
Yep.
So I would actually say bad first half, good second
Okay.
half
I
for
can live with
Caleb.
that. Yeah.
So that's kind of like the
Yep.
same idea, I feel like.
Stop rolling out of the pocket, especially when you turn your back to the defense. You
Stop the
know?
spin move.
Yes. Yes.
Stop.
Step
And
up. And he did it against Dallas. Why can't he consistently do it now?
I don't know, but maybe he'll start to trust it more after a game where the
Okay.
interior played this well in the pass pro.
Yeah.
But can you name a defensive tackle on the Bengals? Because I can't.
No.
It's a whole different ball game next week with Dexter Lawrence.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like I think the interior is pretty good, especially
Hmm.
Tooney,
Yeah.
obviously.
But
But I
but
need Caleb to trust that more.
yeah.
Because the
Yes.
spinning around and trying to extend plays and all that stuff is fine and all. When when push comes to shove, it's the reason it looks the reason it's so inconsistent and why it looks so jittery is he keeps on trying to big game hunt in ways that are generally unsustainable. We can't do
Mm,
this as often as he's doing it. And against better defenses, they won't move the ball this well.
yeah.
So that first half I thought bad, second half good. Obviously, there's a nice couple throws to Loveland. There was the one in the seam before the TD, of course, too, earlier
Hmm.
in the game. So good
Yeah.
for Colston Loveland. Obviously, he gets a good
Yes, he does.
and breaks a hilariously bad attempt to tackle, and Caleb gets another 58 yards out of that
And
play,
another touchdown.
35
Yeah.
of them after they should have tackled him, and another touchdown.
Hmm.
But I don't want to be too hard on Caleb because he's the first quarterback we've had, maybe in my entire life, where I'm like, they got 50 something seconds. They only need three. They
Yep.
could do this.
Yep. I thought
I
that too.
hadn't given up. I was like, I am on a roller coaster of emotion, in a glass
Hmm.
case of emotion. And it's like that's another game-winning drive. He's
Uh-huh.
pretty good at this. Let's just get him to tap
Yep.
into that the whole game and
Yeah,
calm down early.
he's definitely more decisive when the clock is running out.
There's still enough here to be optimistic because of
Oh
stuff
yeah.
stuff like that. And the ball to Loveland at the end is a pretty darn good ball. A little behind him, but in the situation, it's fine.
Hmm.
And obviously, it turns into something hilarious thanks to their defense. But the Bears made a play too. You can't
Hmm.
take you got to take it all into account. That's all. And then you add the rest of it, and Caleb just had a pretty hilarious day.
Yeah, 280 yards, 3 TDs,
No turnovers,
no
only two
turnovers.
sacks, despite the pressure coming fairly often from that side.
Yeah.
5 carries for 50 yards, 53 yards, 10.6 a carry, 8.2 a pass attempt. That's pretty stinking efficient.
He caught a
And
touchdown.
2 catches for 22 yards and a touchdown. So he had four
Uh,
touchdowns.
he caught more passes than Rome did today. Crazy.
So
Uh,
it seems like it's nitpicking
hmm.
to
Well,
get too upset about his game by the end of it.
yeah, I think.
Everyone wanted them to have this game where they beat down the Bengals defense, and we all felt good. And we said, if they lose a shootout, that's like way better than if they lose an ugly game. We could
Yep.
live with it. And then they won a completely ridiculous shootout, and I'm just not going to sit here and be mad about it.
Hmm.
It was crazy. I'm like, holy crap, the pass defense is terrible. They've absolutely got to go get an edge rusher. Dio's hurt, by the way.
Hmm. Yep.
He's in
Yep.
crutches after the game. I don't know if that actually hurts the defense much productivity wise, but it definitely hurts the fact that you need a body.
Yeah. Well, maybe Booker gets more playing time now then.
And Booker had a nice impact there.
Hmm.
And
He
you're
strung him
sitting here
today.
going, they scored they scored 47 points, and there was no short field besides one, I guess one, and that was a field goal. Would love
Hmm.
7 there. Caleb actually mentioned that in his post game.
Hmm.
And you had otherwise every one of those points was earned the hard way.
Indeed. Yeah, I
So,
think with my Caleb, the bad stuff, it's really more just annoyed because he
yeah,
can
bad
do
might
it.
be too much,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I get you.
Although I
Here's
did.
his numbers. Here's his numbers when they were trailing in the game
Okay.
at various points. 301 total yards, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers, and a 124 rating.
He sucks. He's a bust.
So he kept counterpunching them back.
Yes.
For all you Bagent morons, this is something Caleb has demonstrated quite a bit in a year and a half now. I need him to be better in other stretches of the game, and that's
Yes.
presumably why people are calling for Bagent. If he played like this all the time, no one would be. But you can't pretend this stuff doesn't matter more
Right.
because how many games come down to the quarterback in the final 2 minutes?
Hmm. Yep. That's where the great ones have always lived.
So I'm not going to sit there and be that upset about it.
Hmm. And
I
also,
am slightly confused. I think it's fair to go, how do we tap into this more consistently? Maybe just get
yeah.
familiar. But I think stepping up in the pocket would be a big one
Yes,
because
agreed.
in a game like today, at least when it's a good pocket, we need to recognize it.
Hmm. Yep. He needs to step
So
up.
other things that were obviously good. I mean, come on, the running game. Are you serious with these
Mungai,
running backs?
what
No
do
one
you?
else but Bears fans have heard of these two. And the Bears as a team, counting Caleb here, 37 carries for 283 yards, 2 touchdowns, a 7.6 average, a TD running and a TD throwing for DJ, and 72 yards receiving. So shout out to him as well. Colston Loveland obviously gets a good. Kyle Monungai gets a good.
I think you.
Britton Brown, ye old country, he gets a good 22-yard touchdown. Every one of these mattered. The Bears had 585 yards of offense.
Unbelievable.
If you're upset about this, guys, they just had 2 games worth of yards.
Hmm.
They were incredible on offense. You can be, oh, it was a bad defense. It was, but they had 585
And
yards.
that's what a good
That's
offense
what you're
does to a bad
supposed to
defense,
do.
right? I like how you
It was
call
a
him.
remarkable performance from the O line. Darnell Wright was
He
amazing. Oh my
was
gosh. He straight up just kills people. This guy's a top 5 tackle right now, right tackle.
beautiful.
he's just mauling people, and he's still got the bad elbow. Rome was awesome in the run game too, by the
Yeah,
way.
he was. Good. I'm glad you pointed that out. He blocked really, really well. Yes. Yeah. What's
And
your
so
What's your
that
nickname for Manun guy that you put in the thread?
angry run guy.
Angry Renun guy.
Angry runs from Kyle Brandt.
That's beautiful.
You know, the gimmick gives out the scepter for whoever runs
Mm,
the angriest that week.
I did not. Okay, cool.
Run guy. Yeah,
Renun
angry
guy.
run guy.
Angry Renun.
So
Ah,
fun stuff. Again, this was not a game to probably sit there and make much of in terms of predictive analysis,
hmm,
but it was a wild ride, and it is fun to be on the other end of it. They scored 47 points and needed all of them.
mm-hmm.
What did we just watch? I don't know about the rest of good, bad, and ugly. We can just talk about
And
the game and stumble into different thoughts as we go. I love this tweet from the Irish Bears Network, our old friends who had us on once
they
upon a time to
did, yeah.
talk
Mm-hmm.
draft.
Mm-hmm.
The Chicago Bears win a game they should have won until they shouldn't have won it until they should. I'm tired.
That's that sums it up nicely. Yeah.
Aren't we all?
Um, another Caleb thought that I had. You know, the was it fourth and goal or third and goal? Delay a game on the one or whatever, however close they were. You
Hmm.
know, you don't want that. But then the very next play was the
You hit you
first
hit
touchdown to
Loveland.
Loveland, and that was perfect. That throw was beautiful. So,
What was it? 500 IQ move? Just backing up a little bit to give him breathing room.
oh, maybe, yeah.
Oh, the other good, Ben Johnson. Are you kidding me with all these
Oh
yards?
man, that dude.
Aggressive in the red zone. My crying worked. I'm sure he listened and did it just for me.
Yeah, but that was the timing you want to see. That was great. By the way, Jaden Daniels just heaved a bad pass for an
I
interception.
saw that. I have it muted on the other screen.
Yes, as do I. I wonder if the 3 and 5 Commanders are gonna finally get back down to reality in the eyes of the media. Who knows?
Not
Maybe we'll
likely.
see. Not likely. Okay, all
I was dying at the Ben's post game, and I think it was your observation
right.
where
I know
they
you
did
know.
kneel and do the prayer, and then he swears kind
Yeah,
of as soon as he
right
gets up.
after. Hell yeah! Like, oh, yes. Wow.
I mean, amen. Was it Buddy
Amen.
Brian?
Yes, he said they mean the same thing.
Yeah. Well, you got to
Buddy
do the
Brian.
falsetto. You're gonna
Sorry,
get us in trouble here.
Buddy Brian. Hello, Buddy Brian. I was sure Buddy
Oh
Brian
man.
had the 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 slip for Caleb over 1.5 receptions today too. Just
Oh,
dropped one of those in the
He won
thread.
his crazy bet with the Dodgers coming back.
Oh gosh,
Look at
crazy.
this. This guy's
Man,
something.
after Game 7 last night and then this today, I'm gonna have a heart attack.
All right,
That was
another
just
one we need to
nuts.
share.
Yeah.
Time for fun with Twitter because that is what this game is about.
Okay.
Bears offensive ranks through week 9. The 5-3, right there in the hunt. The
Wow.
division Bears, by the way. We'll get to
Wow.
those other games in a minute, and then I
Okay.
gotta go.
All right.
Offensive ranks through week 9, other than of course the 2 night games to come. So 1,155 rushing yards, good enough for third in the NFL. Remember that after the first 2 weeks? Who'd have thought we'd be
Wow.
sitting here,
Yeah.
you know, 6 weeks, 6 games later, 7 weeks later, third in the league in rushing. 378 yards per game, third.
Wow.
26.9 points per game, sixth. Okay, so to be fair, the 47 helps that one a lot, but they were
Yeah.
consistently hitting 24, 25 until last week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
3,027 total yards, good enough for seventh. Remember, not everybody's had their bye either, so that makes this all a little bit funky at the moment.
Okay.
And even though it doesn't always look pretty here, 1,800 pass yards, good enough for 10th.
Okay.
And and Caleb is on pace for 4,072.
Wow.
Can we get the franchise monkey off the back?
Oh, that would be beautiful.
I
What?
don't know.
How many pass touchdowns now does he have? Is it
Does that take him
12?
up to 12?
12? So
Yeah.
That's on pace for 24, which
We had those the two games with none make that one a
that
lot
hurts.
harder.
Yeah, yeah. But if he finishes with like 25 to 28 touchdowns with 4,000 yards, that's
Eight or
that's
nine interceptions, something like that. That's pretty close to what we talked about at the start of the year, actually.
and that's the best Bears quarterback season ever. He's on pace to have the best season a
Well,
Bears
it's been
quarterback has
super
ever had.
wonky, and he's obviously still learning the offense.
Exactly. Exactly.
But that doesn't mean there aren't things to fix. There
Oh,
definitely
sure,
are
sure,
for
sure.
him. But we can have that
I
conversation
pointed
later in the week
I
when
pointed
the
out
All
some
22
bad.
helps us out with it more.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yes, and some of the angles we saw today showed not a lot of open Bears receivers today. I'm not saying
Yeah.
all the time, but there was a lot of blanketed
And I
coverage.
do want to note this. This was the same thing the Saints did, where the Bengals and Saints were both just dropping everybody back.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of too high safety looks, almost never came up, and the Bears like, okay, we'll just run in
Yep.
both of those games. So it's hard to get too upset that there's not more passing yardage, at least at the start of that game,
Yep.
when they're just inviting you to run and you're
Yeah.
getting 7 yards of carry.
Yeah.
It was okay. If he was not running the ball and that was the stat, we'd all be mad they didn't run the ball.
Right. Exactly.
And so
Exactly.
again, the context matters here. Okay, shall we do some other things around the league?
Yeah.
Why, of course we shall.
One quick thought though first before you do that.
No. Oh,
According
go
to
ahead.
what you
Just kidding.
said, the
I kid.
Bears are a top 10 offense
Clearly.
in yardage and scoring.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, thank you. Carry on. Let's talk about those other
Wait,
games.
the Chicago Bears or the Baylor Bears? Cal Bears? Which Bears? This can't be right.
The Sikkim Bears or the Beartown Bears? Yeah.
They, again, 585 yards of offense and 6 touchdowns
8 games into Ben Johnson's tenure.
with a bad Canadian left tackle right now who should probably be the swing guard. I'm just shout out to Theo for kicking butt in the run game. He's been put in an
Yeah,
impossible
yeah.
situation. I'm not trying to hate on him. It's just like there's your weakest link, and they're still scoring and getting this
Mm-hmm,
kind of yardage, even against a bad D. It's
mm-hmm.
good. Do it again against better defenses with 30 in a game
And on the road too.
consistently, and you'll really be cooking.
Yep.
This again, let's keep it in context that it was a trash Bengals defense, but they did what they're supposed to. All right, Chris, what
Yes.
happened up there in Green Bay?
Well, gee, Mark, I think the Panthers went into the frozen tundra and upset the Golden Boy, Jordan Love, and the Packers. Is that correct?
16-13.
The Packers
So,
put up
unless my
13?
math's wrong,
Yeah.
the 5-2-1 Packers tied the Cowboys and have losses to the Panthers, 5-4, Carolina. I see you,
Okay.
which we can now root for because we don't own any other picks.
Right.
And the Browns. Those are their two losses.
Wow.
And the Panthers was at home.
They lost, yeah. The 13 points. Look, what's the deal? I thought, this offense and the genius Matt LaFleur, and Jordan
He
Love
is
is
a good coach. I don't know
he
what the deal
is.
is. I
I
didn't watch
know.
enough of that game.
But Love
The
is gonna be
Warlord got hurt, and it sounds pretty bad.
the warlord.
Yeah, Tucker
Really?
Kraft. Remember the great nickname?
Oh
Because he
yes.
would be a warlord if he wasn't playing
Right.
football,
Right.
which he totally lived up to last week. Got hurt this week, carted
Okay.
off. Post game didn't sound great on the update. We'll see. We'll know more soon. He's a fun, exciting young player, and he might be their third most important player after Micah Parsons and whichever Jordan Love they get any given week. Jordan Love
Oh,
threw what has to be the worst pass I've seen this year. I'm not even kidding. If you haven't seen the guy drops it in the end zone. It is like a panther, and there is nobody within 5 yards of him.
a Panther dropped it in the end zone.
It was too easy to catch, and the
Wow.
Panther guy dropped the interception.
Wow.
It
Even
was
even when he's bad, he gets lucky.
he's unbelievably lucky with some of this stuff. But he also has games where he just annihilates the team like they did against the Steelers, although they had a lot of yards after catch.
Yeah.
I can't figure Green Bay out.
Yeah.
I can't. I know the defense is great because other than Dallas, people don't really score as much on them. I guess
Hmm.
Pittsburgh kind of did by the end of that game, but I couldn't tell how much of that really mattered. But the Bears are sitting
Bears.
there tied for second with the Lions, who of course have the head-to-head advantage
Yes,
right now,
right.
because the Vikings somehow go into Detroit and beat them. And
JJ,
Warrior Boy had a bunch of TDs, but otherwise was totally inefficient. 143 yards passing, and they beat the
ugh,
Lions.
that's crazy. Well, yeah, I have a buddy at work who's a big Lions fan, and he said, yeah, they were just bad today. Like, oh, okay.
I mean, I think we know they're better than that usually.
Yeah,
I think Minnesota shut down the run game, and
that's
I
the
mean,
confused.
it's 27-24 is obviously a competitive game, but I sure as heck didn't think the Vikings, the way they'd been looking, were going to go into Detroit and win. But all of a sudden, you got 5-2-1, 5-3, 5-3, 4-4 are the four teams in the division.
That's pretty
It's
good
right back
division.
to having a ton of depth. It's
Mm-hmm.
actually better because the Bears aren't a bottom feeder.
Wow.
It's just not as top heavy as it was last year.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it's tight. I mean, they're in this thing. I said before the season started, I still believe this. The most important thing is figuring out if you have the coach and QB pairing. But 5-3 is fun.
5-3 is fun, and I still see no reason to say they don't have the coach and QB pairing
Oh
because
yeah, I mean the coach has already proven
the
to be
the
pretty sneaking good.
and the trajectory is still up. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
when Caleb threw good today, it looked good. The two touchdowns to Loveland, and the touch pass. I think it was to DJ down the far sideline.
Yes. He was
Oh
doing the
my
everything's a fastball
gosh!
thing at first,
Uh huh.
and then they must have got to him at halftime or he must have figured it out, whatever happened. He started putting more touch on it. That's another issue. It's always throws it so hard.
Yeah.
But there were some touch passes which were great to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So the ceiling is still anybody's guess. I think we're kind of at the floor and it's still pretty good. It's like not bad.
No,
It's way above bad. It's a roller coaster is what it is.
it is,
And
but
that's
still good.
hopefully going to improve. And then you sit there and you're like, and he keeps coming up in these end of game scenarios. And that's awesome.
Like I said, that's when the great ones have always. That's where they've always lived.
It's what has made them famous,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like they pull out the win out of nowhere. We also had league wide another pretty fun Bills Chiefs game, won by the regular season champions, the Buffalo Bills, who are now 5-1 in the regular season versus the Chiefs. And I
Yep.
still refuse to expect them to beat them in the playoffs.
Yep. Agreed. Agreed. There's a Chiefs fan I follow on Twitter here who's also a band director, so he's kind of like the Chiefs version of the Meatball Composer. And I messaged him on Twitter or replied to one of his tweets
Chiefs
saying
version
he
of
is.
the meatball composer hoser.
He's
Go ahead.
the he's the barbecue
Poser,
band
the meatball
director. Yeah,
composer. Yeah, we'll
yeah.
just put
Emphasis on poser.
composer. Yeah, yeah.
No, but I told him, oh, Washington fumbles again. No, I didn't tell him that. I just saw it on the screen. I told him this is just to get the Bills fans' hopes up again, for them to be completely destroyed when the Chiefs beat them in the playoffs again. That's the
It's
pattern.
I will say though, watching that game, I was like, man, they're running all over the Chiefs. If they actually commit to James Cook, because Josh
Mm,
Allen's spectacular pretty much always,
right.
but if you actually pair him with the deadly run game, because James Cook is really good, but
He
they just like
is.
forget about him sometimes.
Hmm.
They they can beat anybody, but when push comes to shove, they never can beat the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Hmm.
I would be thrilled if that changed. So,
Yes.
and then there's all these 7-2 teams that I'm like, they're none of them beating the Chiefs in the playoffs, are they? But the Chiefs are 5-4, and if the playoffs were today, they're the 8 seed and not in the playoffs.
Wow.
Denver
Interesting.
7-2, the Patriots are 7-2, the Colts are 7-2.
The Colts. That's the big shocker this year.
The Chiefs are in third place right now.
That's nuts.
The Chargers are 6-3, but Alt
Whoa.
got hurt again, so that's going to be tricky. Meanwhile, the Commanders are getting absolutely clobbered at this point.
Sam Darnold just threw a perfect laser, threaded the needle. Wow.
I
That
had
was
to pick up
nice.
a quarterback because of bye weeks for my fantasy team no one wants to hear about. Picked up Sam Darnold. That's looking good.
That was a good call. Nicely done.
So pretty fun week in the NFL. Last week was kind of a dud, I think.
Yeah,
You
agreed.
had an overtime game come down to a 2-point conversion. Upsets in Detroit and Green Bay. I mean, we love that.
Absolutely.
1-point game in
Especially
New
Green
England.
Bay.
The Falcons 23, Patriots 24. The Falcons are another team that's like they could have been good, but they just fall apart and they got some of the weirdest losses.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow they beat the Bills. What? And then the Bills Chiefs is good. So yeah, fun week.
Mm-hmm.
And we will see what the all 22 reveals
Yeah,
and
that's
talk
good.
more about Caleb at that point. With one last thing to talk about, though, I do believe the trade deadline is just around the
Okay.
corner.
Do you still like
And
my?
this team needs to do something for the
Yes, they
defense.
do.
Do you want them to trade? Let me ask you this. What's the highest round draft pick that you're willing to trade to invest something into this defense?
Third.
Ditto.
Okay.
Deadline is Tuesday, 3
Okay.
Central.
Is there any hope to my Max Crosby for Tyson Bagent trade proposal?
Okay, if we can trade for Max Crosby, that's a slightly different conversation than the third.
Okay. That's why I said Bagent,
Would you
because he's so
trade
great.
that's right, a third or a fourth for one of the guys on Miami?
Yeah.
Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips. Jalen Phillips has seasons of 8, 7.5, and 6.5 sacks, I believe, before he got hurt last year and missed most of the year. And I think he has 3 sacks this year. That
Okay.
might be something to think about. I don't know. I mean, he's 6'5", but he's not that heavy. And Dennis Allen kind of has a type. Would you want to trade for a corner?
I don't know, like how.
I want to trade for an edge rusher who I can be happy
That's
that we can keep.
that's more
I'm a,
important.
I'm a
That's more
little
important
worried
than a good
about
corner.
doing a corner and then going, is he better than the other ones when they're healthy? I don't want to give
Right.
up a third and then it be a rental or only going to really get reps right now. Because when Jalen's back and Kyler Gordon's back, whenever that is, and
Mm-hmm.
even if it's next year, I don't want to be that short term
Yeah.
because I'm not sure exactly what this team is.
Yeah.
I know Brees Hall for a third is one of the rumors. Great young running back. He's only 24, but he is a
Yeah.
free agent to be on the Jets. And it's like, but
No. Yeah.
Manungai is basically as cheap as it gets and also pretty productive, and Swift has bounced back pretty well. I just don't think that's a need enough at the moment.
Agreed. And you're not. The Bears aren't close enough to be taking rentals. They're
And
not
does anybody
contending.
trade a left tackle mid-season? It feels like
No.
that doesn't happen.
We have one too many left tackles. No. No.
Look at our embarrassment of riches. Ah, yeah. And then the
Oh.
starter gets
Oh.
hurt. Yeah, Robin Hood
Oh,
cartoon.
the goat of Disney animated. Yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely. We need to have a whole pod on that.
Mm-hmm.
That insolent blackguard.
All right. So I would say edge rusher would be the only thing I really wanted to move a third for. But I'll happily move a third for the right one because we can't draft them anyway in the third. They're
True.
not there in the third, and Ryan Poles can't draft in the third.
Yep.
So sure, go call the Dolphins and see what you can do.
Cool. Hey, our Zoom is about to end. I'll wrap it up. All right.
Yep.
Thanks, everyone. See you next time. Bears.
Bears.
The Bears.
He is the chosen one.
We will watch your career with great interest.
Bears!
I love the Bears.